Today, we're gonna go in with an open mind. It's a new patch, and I don't know what to expect. Let's go do that. HUD layout, new game plus guide, scenario guide. Okay. I'm going. How'd you get the watering can? I bet it's from Island Sanctuary. Alright. To the cabins. There you go. You saw the Wintertide gear, and it's crafted. Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you. Deepening. All right. I don't know what to expect. I feel a tiny bit of concern. How should I set my mindset before I begin this? Because I had an extremely difficult time with Dawntrail. I think I should forget everything that happened in Dawntrail and accept this as something brand new. Brand new. Yeah. Cautious. Angie? No, not Angie. What happens, happens. Okay. It's a pleasure as always, Zepla. Have you been able to relax lately? No. No, I haven't. Wonderful. As busy as you have been with the Rite of Succession, among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Toliala at a more leisurely pace. This has been a pretty leisurely pace, girl. It's been 4 months sampling the tacos at... Oh? They're made with the traditional way and laden with fillings so to sublime. If you have an empty stomach... Oh, can I get a taco finally? It's taco time? I better not get... This better not be another debate with the tacos. They've been promising me tacos since the summer. Where's my taco? Well, if it isn't Zepla, alone today, are you? No, it's me and the buns. I see, I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, they're on the house. Give... Oh my god, finally. Oh my god, finally. Free taco! Yeah! Oh, I'm allergic to avocados that... Girl, don't eat that! Shit. You still love tacos, I hope. You ate so many when you turned 5. You could barely move afterwards. Remember that? Who's he talking to? No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. No, I don't remember the time I ate all them tacos. Sorry. It's still strange for me too. Just the other day, you were a little boy, clinging to your mother's skirt as you set off for Yasalani. Now you're a man grown, with a face full of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me. Oh, that's sweet. Relying. That feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Wow. Back in Alexandria. Oh, we had an electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. Do you not... You can't bring that out? Like, you can't take a lighter, like, out here? Or... Okay. But here, I'm helpless. A culinarian who can't even light the stove. Wait. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me. God, I'd never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd been told the tales, and it seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate... I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. Oh my god. Here we go. I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuliol. Valwaklamat? I would have never expected to see you here, Waklamat. What a surprise! To aid folk like yourself. We've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know. But I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. No! Run, girl! Oh, look who it is! I was imagining my character like...
Good morning, chat.
Sneak away. I was just about to go and find you, Zepla. I know. I know you were. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. No, I don't mind. Come on over. Yes. It's fine. Come on over here, best friend. They off-screen my taco eating? For all I know, she ate my tacos. They off-screened it. I've been looking forward to this moment. I gotta imagine. Ah, the tacos here never disappoint. So, what have you been up to lately? I've been sleeping. Wake me up for the patch. I've been doing shit. Given everything we've been through, I don't blame you. But once you've had your fill, I'm sure you'll be itching to get back into the thick of things. Maybe. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace, but whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way, I can better understand the problems they have and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. That's great. What are you guys talking about? I was on one such walk just now, and as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you as Dawn servants. Do you have time to come to the palace? Yeah. Great, I'll go on ahead. Come and join us once you've finished here. Okay, great. Let's go. What do they want to talk to me about? See, she's going around talking to people and understanding their problems. And Kona's the one coming up with the smart solutions for those problems. So in this way, they're working together. That's good. Okay. Wait, where do I go next? Royal Invitation. Valuk Shunsa. Okay. Okay. Tacos and shambles. At least I'll get to see Kona. I hope Erinville is okay. Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Oh my god, hey. Alright, I'm going. I'm just, you know, admiring the scenery on my way. Hey Zep, how you like the first 1 hour? It's been 5 minutes. Mistress Zepla, it is always an honor. Valkona has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you ere long. Okay. Is this voiced? I got a feeling it's gonna be voiced. Yeah. No! It's back in! And it's not voiced! I just got critically hit by machinations. Oh, you're all here too? All the classics. As soon as I heard machinations, I'm like, there's no way this is gonna be voiced. Valkona summoned us. Though if truth be told, Alphino and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. He asked us to share our knowledge of vanished culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were, of course, happy to oblige him. Kryle and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise, we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Okay. That's great. He didn't want to tell anyone, though. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left. To resume their tour of Tyrell. Oh no. I might want to take an allergy pill. I'm allergic to machinations. Y'shtola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. Okay. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You're like to be stuck with her for a while. Uh-oh. As for Stinian, God, he's having so much fun. Estinian's the one really living the Dawntrail fantasy that I thought I would get. We don't know where he is, nor what he's doing. Some things never change. He is just having the time of his life, exploring, around, like jumping on top of buildings, flying, being so cool. Stinian, man. He's having a vacation. Hey, Kona. He's been actually working. Kona has been working. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So, what can we do for you? Hopefully, present company is enough for whatever it is you need. Okay. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Galulja and his administration have invited us to attend. Okay. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. But wouldn't some people still remember it from before they were assimilated? Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the queen be thus honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. But here's my question. They didn't always need to have the Neuralink on their head. They could take it off. And if you had it taken off, you wouldn't have those memories deleted of people who died, right? So, anyway, though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Like, you weren't forced to wear that. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, that they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go, not only to be there for Galulcha, but to put this chapter behind us. Okay. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wished to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. I mean, the Sphene I knew... Can I just be like, dot, dot, dot? Where's my dot, dot, dots, man? What if I say no? That would be inappropriate. No. Because if you're rolling her demise, I take it. I killed her. But we had no choice. We had to stop her from killing countless innocents. I won't force you to attend the funeral if it makes you feel uncomfortable, but while I represent Tuliolal in an official capacity, I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything. I won't force you, but I sure would like it if you would. As Dawn Servant. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It is only right that we remember who Sphene was to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. Okay. Then it's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Galulja in the back room. I would like to see that little guy. That is something I was looking forward to in this patch. Bing, 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 bing. CROSSROADS. Okay. There's a little Heidelin in the A. Okay. Though I too would ideally attend the funeral given the circumstances, I think it's best that Lamati represents us. Besides, I need to be on hand to oversee the city's repairs. Okay. Yeah. Kona's the one that usually is sitting back doing all of the major work. Royal invitation. Wait, why is it red? Oh, because I'm on Dancer. Oh man, what class do I have at 100? Besides, I have Picto, I have Viper. Oh, but I didn't update this. Heck. Portrait update preview. Yeah. They fixed the portraits. That's great. I have Viper and Picto at 100. And what level is Dancer? 91. Wow. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. We're going to Neon Stein. The illusion of choice. Yes, the only difference is how much will Clematis going to guilt trip you about it. Dawntrail made me disconnect from my Warrior of Light. It didn't resonate with most of the decisions we got, and it was frustrating. That's how I felt in Dawntrail, mostly. We are missing our ... dots. We used to be able to do the ... I haven't seen them in a while. But this time I did feel like they're making a lot of assumptions about what I would want to say. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh my god. Hello. What's that top you got on? I'm doing the Limsa look. That's the Limsa look. Okay, where was I going? HUD layout. There we go.
Zepla comfy.
J Horn, thank you for the 34-month resub. Albs, thank you for the 3-month resub. Sheena, thank you for the 21-month resub. And Meezer, thank you for the 48-month resub. Lithonial, thank you for the 3-month resub and for the taco. Appreciate that a lot. Thank y'all. Ads is starting in 5 minutes. Okay, so we can go. How do I get in there? Oh, it's the other way. I wish that's a really good point. They need to depixelate the ultimate weapons. They do look pretty pixely. Yeah. Is the sound a little low? I can turn it up if you think so. What do y'all think, Buns? Is it okay? I can turn it up a bit. We missed you, Zap. Oh, thank you for being here. It's the text-to-speech sound. That's a bit low. Okay. Alerts.
This is a subscription test.
Text to speech. Volume is at 100. Let me do another test. I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to fiddle with this. This is gonna be...
This is a subscription test.
It's gonna be annoying. Okay, how about now?
This is a subscription test.
Okay. To be frank, game sounds, we only need the music as they still like 95% unvoiced. Yeah, I still haven't heard anybody talking. You head into the back room? Yep. Alright. Go Little Jaw, my favorite.
The baby. The little baby.
Ah, you came for the funeral. Of course. I'm the only one who will officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. What? Thank you, Llama T, and thank you for coming.
Zepla Buntwork, Zepla Buntwork, Zepla Buntwork.
I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. What's the custom? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Is it that normal for MSQs to not be voiced? Yes and no. I think with Dawntrail, I've seen less voice acting than ever. Like, it's always been a problem that there's not enough voice acting. But at Dawntrail, there's been less voice acting than I could ever remember. So it was like already a problem, and then that problem got worse. That's what I can tell you. However, they are putting voice acting from the Scions into the Mahjong. So it's okay. Considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? My face clipped in on my jacket. Right, that's what I'm confused about, Jason. There were people from outside who are acting like they don't remember what a funeral is. Yeah. What about the... Wouldn't there still be some people around that remembered what death was? It's not like it doesn't erase these memories retroactively. That's the thing I'm struggling with too. The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak with. Gosson. He was apparently Sphene's aide and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. Alright, let's go. Yepers. Bad thoughts get deleted. What? No? No. Bad thoughts don't get deleted. Definitely don't. I don't think so. They really could have made it more dystopian than they did. Ba-da-bing. Why, I'm Valwook Lamont of Tuliolaw. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sphene's funeral. We are honored, truly. I'd seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I'm Gosson, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administering affairs of the state. Okay. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Rest assured, they're not a requirement. We are aware your people do not use them. You see, people in the Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we're able. Dude, how are they still allowed to have these things after everything that we... It's best not to think about regulators too much. Yet regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Sphene. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. Okay, got it. Beep, beep, beep. Are the DDoS attacks still going on? Pixel? Wow, this is like the most uncomfortable funeral ever. Y'all don't have seating? Everyone's just gonna stand. Okay. Man, at least put down some pews. Holy shit. There's wall seats. That's true. There's a couple benches on the side. Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolol. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born, the only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived, we thrived, because Queen Sphene brought us together. So people from Tuliolol would remember death. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her, remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us onto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words. Wait, you're telling me this is supposed to be voiced? I might have it muted. My voice settings might be janked. Why would I have that off? Shit. Crap. Well, I'll fix it after this scene. Yeah, I might have it off. Maybe that's the problem. Is there a chat command for that? Oh yeah, there is. I don't remember what it is. With Dawntrail, you never really know. Let's see. Voice 100. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I probably had it off. My bad. Okay, I don't hear anyone talking. And I typed voice volume. It says voice volume set to 100. So, the boy didn't say anything. Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud? It might be bugged. Slash voice on. That's not a valid setting, it says. I did do slash voice 100, so that should have turned it on. Slash voice. Unmuted. Oh, okay. Maybe it was muted.
I miss her.
We got it. Thank you so much,
She
chat.
would always cheer me up when I was down. But
I ruined it.
even though I remember her, I'll never see her again.
Saved.
That doesn't make sense.
Thanks, Twitch chat. Even though I remember her, I'll never see her again.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
Man, that's screwed up.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Glulja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
Yeah, where you can sit down. Like, it makes sense that the little kid would not understand what to do at the funeral, but like there would still be a lot of people there who would remember a death if they were from Tuliol before. You know? Hey, Gulja. Do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shale searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamulja she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Well, what if he's a clone or something? Does he even want to know that? I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again. And if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well. And I believe I speak for the others too. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. I mean, maybe. Nodders. Thanks, everyone. Okay. Hi, Bonker Snaps. Okay. I feel like I should have had a more like
I have a theory about what's going to happen next patch that I want to share with you after you finish this one AR included.
Hey Cat Knight, thanks for the 15-month resub, and I'd love to hear it as soon as we're done. Shino, thank you for the gift sub. MW Stim, thank you for subbing. Infinity Fiasco, did I thank you for the 70-month resub? Thank you for that. That's a long time. And Cubs, thank you for the 15-month resub. What I was gonna say is, I feel like I should have had more of an emotional reaction to this funeral because I just on Saturday went to my mom's funeral, and so this should have been really intense for me. I was kind of, people were warning me about it, but I just don't. I didn't really feel much in that cutscene. Maybe it's just I don't have the emotional connection here that I feel like I'm supposed to have for that to hit hard. Like it just, I don't know. I just didn't. I'm not that emotionally. We'll just see how things go. Assuming neither memories nor records of Galuljah's mother remain, we must cast... It's true, I could just be emotionally exhausted, yeah, that's true. Assuming neither memories nor records of Galuljah's mother remain, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups. Zepla, if you could make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. I am interested to see more about his dad. I think that could be answering a lot of questions that we've had. Wait a minute. Did he just tell me to speak to the 3 villagers? No. Wait. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Wait. He told me to gather information. I see that 0 out of 3. I'm like... We got all the classics here for you. Listen, if I lived in Solution 9, where they clearly have Starbucks, air conditioning, cars, highways, I would not be moving out just because the president died. Okay? I would keep living my life. Most likely. They've got Wi-Fi here. Okay. Outskirts. It's actually not in Solution 9. Yes. Okay. Talk to 3 villagers. My specialty. Okay. Sorry, but I've never heard of a Mamuljah woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zeralja.
Skibuski says Zep, your map has so many quest icons. It hurts me to see them again, Lamau.
Yeah, I know, people get so upset when they see my map. I have so many side quests. You might have better luck talking to the people over at Atona Walton settlement to the north of Everkeep, in a place called Ueawada. The resilient son won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief's name was Kanalaka. Okay. Okay, there's the next villager. It's a bunny. A Mamuljah woman. Their people have never been a common sight around here. Why, the last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Landsguard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliolol after their mission.
Hey Zep, saw your recent vid and glad to see you're here gaming.
Hey.
I'm out of the loop as I'm not on Twitter anymore. Sending much love your way, less than 3.
It's a good idea to get off Twitter. I started posting everything I post on Twitter on Threads as well, so that you won't miss anything if you're not on Twitter. Garth, thank you so much for the 20-month resub and for your kind words as well. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. True. Okay. Gotta find number 3. There they are. Hey, what are you doing in there? What you doing? You're taking a little bath. You're looking for a Mamuljah woman. Galulja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zeralja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Tyrell Vidral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. Okay. In response, Zeralja assembled an army of warriors and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear of the king's feat in the past. Well, what does that have to do with a woman? I don't know. What does that... What does that have to do with a woman? Okay. Back to the back room. I haven't, I'm on Blue Sky, but I haven't posted anything there yet. But I guess I need to start posting there too. Might as well when I'm reposting to threads. Neon Stein. Let's go. Yeah, Blue Sky is the new thing. Now that Twitter's going down the drain. Hi, Unbothered. You can't see my quests on the screen? It's up here. Right here, above the chat. It's kind of tiny. Somebody asked me how I'm enjoying World of Warcraft. Oh my god, I've been having so much fun. We have bun guilds in WoW now that are popping off. In fact, our EU guild just got ahead of the curve. They cleared heroic Nerubar Palace, and the NA guild is also making good progress towards that. And yeah, so any bun is welcome to join. You don't have to raid if you don't want to. That's just something some of the buns do. But you can also just be casual, level, chat, or just hang out if you want. It's only buns for EU and NA. Both. Galulja has told me all. But I do need to be doing hardcore with OnlyFangs. They've been asking me to do that. But I haven't been able to do anything because I've been so busy with my, everything. Galulja has told me all. We've previously tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. So you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. Okay. So, Zeralja brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yassulani, among whom was a female Mamulja. His mission... Wait a second. Okay. So, the female Mamulja was in his Landsguard. His mission was to rid the region of a Tyrell Vidral, and I believe it's safe to say that was the crisis that he resolved. Okay, got it. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in Ueawada. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zeralja made regular visits. If he required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal, and if this Mamulja woman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come in contact. Okay, so it's not a clone. I see. But what could Zeralja have been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. What do you think, girl? He made a baby. I Kyle, you gonna explain? In order to retrace the Readjust steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the King's direct order. Okay. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that was all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. Right? Yeah. What was he doing in there? So if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation. But large deliveries were being made to Ueawada. Far too large for a mere village. Nobody knew about this. But there hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely that the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain yet. But I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing, even though no one remembers her. You managed to figure all this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. Oh, that's very eloquent, Graha. That's so nice. A lesson I learned in another life. Man, who's writing for Graha? Because... what the f***? That was so beautiful. Like, it kind of caught me off guard. We'll be investigating this secret facility in Ueawada then. And this time, I want you to come along, Gulja. She shows up, writes for Graha, doesn't elaborate, leaves. Ueawada is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you need to take a hover cargo from the Drift Downs. Cool, hovercraft? Yeah, I want to get on that. Let's go. Okay, sweet. I'm going the wrong way. Hover cargo? Where is that? Oh my god. You know what? I just remembered. Y'all are gonna kill me. Y'all gonna kill me. Okay, I haven't got my ether currents, so I can't actually fly yet. Yeah, I still can't fly here. That's okay. That's okay, that's fine. I can just ride my little horsey over there. Yeah. It's no big deal. I'll just get on the bridge. Dawn Walker. I know. Yeah, it's a Dawn Walker we're playing. I did this in Stormblood also. I remember. It took me forever to get my freaking flight paths. And, not flight pass. That's the WoW brain rot showing. I didn't get my flight paths. I meant my ether currents, obviously. Okay, Galulja. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here.
Welcome back, Zepla Q Heart.
Hey! One Philip 98. Thank you for the 25-month resub. Wait, I need flight for Alliance raid quest.
_magic_ says open hand, insert forward. You're gonna need flight for the Alliance raid quests, and treasure maps if you want the joke weapon coffers without breaking the bank.
Oh, well, I'll just ask for a taxi. Yeah, I'll call the Chokuber service. Yeah, it'll be fine. The rest of us go for you. Okay. Be careful, everyone. Oh, it's a dungeon. Okay. I could go with Bun Buns. Or I could go with a follower group. Maybe Bun Buns want to come with me? It's an easy dungeon with cute bosses. Okay. Bun Buns. Bun Buns is what I'm writing. Okay. I am on Light Data Center Party Finder. And we can go. Let's... Thanks for coming. I could try to do this on Picto, but I've kind of forgotten how to play. Picto has better gear. Can I repair it? No. I'll try to do this on Picto and remember how to play Picto. Wait. No. Yes. Beep, 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 beep. What, eye level do you need for the Alliance raid, Cat Knight? Ooh. Cool. To different music. Lightning trees. Zappy trees. $6.95. Oh, I'm good on Picto. I just need to remember. Oh, it's your first time too. Awesome. Just turn up the BGM. My father must have come here for a reason. Well, this is pretty interesting. I do not remember how to play. Oh my god. I don't. I feel like I need to do comic. Is that a... Oh my god, I don't remember shit about this. I even made a video about how to play Picto. I think you need to paint pictures. That's important. You love this dungeon. Well, I'm just gonna press buttons. So don't think I know what I'm doing. Lightning destroys it. You know, so right now it reminds me a little bit of Holminster. But we have an interesting reason to be here. Trying to figure out, like, why. What was the purpose of this research project? What was he doing here all the time? That's interesting. Wait, Grahatia was in Wicked? What? I didn't know that. I don't know. It's okay, Zepla. It's common with old age to forget things.
I pressed a button to light it up. That's all I'm trying to do.
Hey. Rainbow drip. That's good to press. I kind of remember, but not really. Oh, is that a pig? No, it's a dinosaur. He's got spiky chin. Picto is fun. Okay. We're sealed off. Who knows what they're doing? Probably Daggy. Like, who should I follow in this situation? What does that mean? Oh, he's gonna jump there. Okay, just dodging shit. I can handle that. No problem. Okay, we got it. Electrope emerges from the what?
We need to destroy this!
Does that mean it's gonna explode when it hits the maximum? I have no idea. I don't know. I will kill it. I gotta stay in my flowers to do damage. Okay. Staying on the safe pixel. Okay. So far, so good. So far, it's okay. I wish I could do that Fat Chocobo ability, though, in PvE. Ouch! Why am I hard casting Rainbow Drip? We almost got him, y'all. Kick his ass. It's 4%, 3%. We got it. We got it. Cool looking monster. What's the loot? Bracelet. It's 705 gear. That's pretty good. I need that. I need 705. Oh, I should read the research note. While His Majesty Zeralja is not the first to conceive of transferring a beast's soul into a person's body, safety and ethical concerns have ensured no earnest attempts have been made to date. Yet our king believes that there is no greater evil than to hinder the potential of man, and so he has ordered us to make this conception a reality. He would bolster our military might and break through into the outside world if our research will further his ambition. Perhaps it's worth pursuing. Okay, so this was the research to use beast souls. This is where they were doing that. But what does that have to do with the baby's mom? I feel like every time I hear about Zeralja... Whoa, what's in there? Oh my god. What? That's creepy. That's so creepy. Look like something escaped and killed people. But I feel like every time I hear about Zeralja, I find out about what his, like, a different motive that he had. This time he believes no one should interfere with the strengthening the mankind. Oh, it's another research note. Okay. Our bodies are fragile vessels. Although the infusion of another person's soul confers strength and vitality, the soul of a beast yields mixed results. Even when stripped of memories, a feral soul can induce psychological instability in the subject. I suspect this is because primal instincts remain, and while a certain amount of bestial ferocity is expected, and I dare say welcomed, too many such souls can lead to physical mutations. For now, our objective shall be to determine the threshold beyond which a body is at risk of uncontrolled mutation. Makes sense.
There's people in there.
They're still in there. We gotta get them up. Whoa, that's creepy. That's scary and weird. Bang. Yeah, Zeralja's motive is... I don't know, maybe they'll clarify it in this patch. But in the Dawntrail main patch, I felt like I never understood what the hell he was talking about anytime that he was on screen. I never understood what he was saying. Casting. Ooh, probably need that. I probably need that. Yeah. I've been such a casual, needing dungeon gear. I'm so casual. It's been kind of nice though. It's been more chill. Just be more relaxed about my approach. And there's so many good Halloween G-posts. That's such a good point. The rate of transfiguration may be dictated by the potency of the soul consumed. We've experimented with fiends of great power, but mutations were observed after the infusion of merely a single soul. No better was this phenomenon illustrated than with poor Atticus. His body was altered irreparably, and he lost all capacity for rational thought. While the primary objective of this research was to utilize the soul of the Taral the Draw, I struggle to see a path forward. An alternative approach must be considered. They're creating monsters. What? Oh, that's so creepy. Oh! I mean, this dungeon is pretty cool. It's super creepy. I love it. There's like blood everywhere. And these gruesome experiments have happened. Yeah, it's cute. I see what you're I see what you mean now. Resident Fantasy 14. I played Outlast and I just didn't get scared in it. It did not scare me. Okay, if the source of our failures thus far has been the inability of our bodies to contain feral souls, what if we were to reverse the process? By purging a beast of its memories and infusing it with a man's soul, one still possessed of its own memories, we stand to gain absolute control over a vessel of great power. My subordinate, who first proposed this brilliant hypothesis, shall have the honor of being the first to transcend our meager limits. I must prepare his soul for extraction at once. Okay. Need. I need that. Man, it's so annoying when I forget to cast the motif outside of combat. No. Whoa!
What? Ah.
I'm screwed. I am screwed. I don't know what to do at all. Donut! It's Kanalaka. Oh, that's the person that the villager told us about. There's not much left of him.
Tayanu says I can forgive the quests. I can accept the flightless bun. But Zep, I beg of you, for all bun kind, repair my gear.
Okay. I'll get someone else to repair it. Because I don't think I can do it myself. Oh! I tried to get away, but... Rip. Rip. I mean, it's an interesting boss.
Help me. Ding.
I didn't practice hard enough in the Fall Guys in Gold Saucer. Relinquish your souls for the glory of Alexandria. Men, they really went wild with this soul lore. I wonder how it's gonna work with the existing canon. Because, well, it's probably a separate video for me. I couldn't put it into this one. I didn't even get it. I didn't even start talking about that because the video is already an hour long. But basically, the Alexandrian scientists were able to do what the live stream does, but better.
Beep, beep, beep.
That's a whole separate discussion. Okay. We made it. wood that we could tame the beast. I didn't see the rest of what he said. Okie dokie. Oh my god. It's like an Elden Ring, remember? Hey. Do you remember that? I remember. It's not exactly the same. Wee. Stay behind, buddy. He just stares. He's peepo staring from all the way back there. I mean, that's good. But I can just see him in the distance. Being a little weirdo, little weird champ. Okay. This is an angry rock that we're fighting. Farah Missoula, that's right. Yes, Farah Missoula. I really got to do the DLC at some point. I was so excited and I just didn't get it around to it. Casting.
Hope you're doing okay, less than great.
Hey. Hey Chris, thank you very much for the 26-month resub. I never think of the 13-month resub. Chris, I'm surviving. I'm doing as well as I could, I guess. It's been pretty horrible, in general. But, one day at a time, and thank goodness for video games. That's what I can say for sure. I'm glad we can play and be distracted for a little while together. Yeah, I like the dungeon music too. I do still stream, yes. I've had to take a lot of time off because my mom just passed. And so it's been really hard to deal with it. And we've got Thanksgiving this week. I've got to spend a bunch of time with my family. Is that a bunny? Oh my god, what? Oh. Yes! Gigabyte! Oh my god. This is great. It's Bunnicula. Hooray. Nobody told me about this. I haven't seen a picture of this thing. What the? I didn't know. This is a complete surprise. Precious baby. The special baby. Oh, he just wants to have a little fun. Oh, I don't want to hurt a baby. It's so cute. Face only Zepla would love. Oh my god. Y'all really kept this surprise for me. That's so funny. I'm dead. I can't fight a baby. Is this the beast soul that I could perhaps absorb? Oh, I can res. Wait. Can't I? Wait, I don't think I can. I can't. I forgot. We should die. Yeah, we should die. It's bun versus bun. This is wrong. Okay, let's go back. Bunzilla. Yeah. It's me in the morning before coffee. This is Zepla before the stream starts. When I wake up. It's Zepla when she found out you skipped cutscenes all the way through Shadowbringers. So funny. This is like Ruby weapon. How do you know what is safe and what is not? There are lines on the floor. There are lines on the floor. Do I have a like second wind? I should just level my dancer for real. Is it a poo-poo? What is it? It's dirt. It's worms. It's not poo-poo. Okay. I'll wait for this mechanic and then I'll accept the rest. Did I die again? I got super dead. Okay. There's a hole. If I accept the res, will I fall in the hole? Let's find out. No. Okay.
What the hell?
The bunny is pretty strong. Yes, it's Bunnicula. Why was chat like, this dungeon's so easy and cute? Well, it is cute, but... any advice for me? On what to do here? Any buns gotta... Maybe we can just invite him to the guild. It's a bun versus bun. Feels wrong to fight other buns. Okay. Need to get behind for that. For sure. I think I screwed up because I didn't cast my rainbow, but I can't be thinking about that right now. Okay, this is just Ruby weapon. Not quite. Kind of, but not quite. I have to actually pay attention. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. I dash to you guys. So you have to look at where he's going. Wouldn't it be over here then? Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, stay well away from his lines. Stay behind him otherwise. I'm not the only one here who's new to the fight. Yeah, we're progging. At least it's interesting. Should have brought Red Mage. Yes. Monty Python needs to stop making dungeons.
It is the rabbit. His first
pointy teeth. Okay, so this I understand. This is all good.
Lilac Tyanyu says 4 shalt
Leporine
thou
loaf.
not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe, who, being naughty in my sight, shall snuff it.
This stays. Okay. You want to be far away from this orange stuff. When this explodes, I can just go in here. Okay. I am getting better at it. I think. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. There's cracks on the ground now that are a little hard to see. And it means there's a rabbit hole. What a fun fight. Okay. We run away. We just run away. It's following us all around. Oh my god. Okay. I didn't see it was doing that. I didn't see it was doing that. Oh my god, I'm screwed. I am screwed. I will be dead. Somehow I'm living. But I have the sludge. Okay, it's off of me. It's off. Okay. Let's get away! Beastly roar. And now it's chasing us. And he's gonna do the thing where we gotta run behind him. Okay. I learned that from last time. Alright. I put the shield on y'all. We have an LB. Yes, it's such a refreshing fight. It's really fun. It's a good dungeon. Okay, run away. So silly. But I feel like I can't hardly cast at all because I'm just moving too much. Oh no, you died. What is Sonic Howl? Is it just raid-wide damage? Yeah. I mean, party-wide. Okay, that's Tank Buster. It gives us a little time to recover. Okay. I have sprint. Go, 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 go! Go, go, go! Raging Claw, get behind the button. Okay. Pretty interesting because there's not much room to work with here. Alright, we did it. Nice. Buddy, no! No! The baby bud. No, don't smile. Sad. He just wanted a hug. Precious bun bun. But oh, he's still breathing. All good. He's just taking a little nappy nap. Yeah, he's okay. He's just sleepy. What's the loot? Scouting? It's okay. It's not my aesthetic, but it's fine. It's okay. It's Nouvelette gear for my Genshin people. Okay. Thanks, Buns.
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Valley Armanda.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility.
Right.
The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
Oh my god, is that her? Is that Mom?
So, you've given him permission?
Teishalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project? Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command.
She thinks it's fun.
But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyollal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close.
She can ask what I think she's supposed to ask.
So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours.
Oh my god. Okay, I mean...
That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle.
She's down bad.
But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
All right. I mean, she wanted it. Oh no.
Are you alright?
Wait a minute, but what? Oh. Wait a minute. Whose soul was I just communing with? With a bunny.
Bunny?
Teishalja. Could she be my mother?
Maybe.
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in the Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubico women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kanaloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishalja there.
That's where we're going next then.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it though. Hey, little jaw, listen to this shit. Your mom was mad horny. Like, I didn't want to say that. Your mom was a simp. I wish I could see into the past like you. Then I could see people who are gone. In this case, it's probably better that you didn't. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here. For a long time, I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. When I visited Tuliolol and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. One day, I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well. Okay. While we've discerned the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let's take a look around. Okay. Okay. It's fine getting infatuated with Zeralja. We love Bakul Jaja. Yeah, people are simping for Bakul Jaja. To think that people actually volunteer their souls for these experiments. Success was far from guaranteed. And even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zeralja so absolute? That's a good question. That's a good question, Alfie. It won't open. I don't think it'll yield to our shoulders either. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Find a key! Really? Graha. Hey. I wonder what Beck Lug would make of this research into transferring souls. Right? That's what I've been wondering. Oh, there's a journal. Maybe that's test subject's journal. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write good, yes. I'm good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today, bit offhand of feeder. Cannot help it, so strong. Hungry, always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. I must eat. Am eater, must eat. Honestly, that's pretty relatable. I don't see anything weird here. Get that boy some chicken nuggets. Get him some chicken tenders. Supplies for the staff are neatly arranged within the cabinet. Among the various items is a manual outlining regulations and tranquilizing gas to be used in emergencies. You dig deeper and find a key. Yeah. 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 Key, yeah. That's pretty interesting. Cool. These little asides with the scions is sounding a little more like themselves, which is a good sign. You found the key. Great. Yep. You said my gremlin brain at 2 a.m. looking at the bag of cookies on the counter.
Am eater. Am eat. Eat. Hungry.
Eat. It seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go.
Eat. Hungry. I eat. Eat. Am eater.
Okay. So this is the observatory. Uh-huh. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valigarmanda. All the machinery appears to still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue, even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Ghoul-Jaw's mother. Was that Bunny? Like, did she end up in the... No. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. Nice. Hackermans! There's so much data. I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Tishalja. It brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Tishalja, Administrator of Experimental Treatments, Research Logs. It sounds good, doesn't it? Chances are the data is encrypted, and even if not, it will take considerable time to go through it all. Then let us take it with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Okay. He brought a USB stick. Oh my god. This little dude is pretty, like, competent and smart. He came prepared with a thumb drive. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. Isn't he like 5 years old? If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. Okay, great. He's the gamer. Hackermans. Troubling reminder of the depravity that can arise from the belief that souls are simply a resource to be exploited. And yet, all your friends in Alexandria are still using the freaking regulators, right? That's fine. I admit the Tyrrell Vidral gave me a fright at first, but then I remembered who felled the mighty Valigarmanda. Here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. First things first, let's deliver the data to Shale. Okay. That was kind of unnecessary. We could have just gone straight there, but that's fine. Bing, 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 bing. Okie dokie. Who is that? Another player. Okay. Welcome back. Galulja has already given me the storage device. There looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted. So I'll need time to process everything. In that case, Alice and I might take ourselves around the city and check on people. Uh-oh. Are you gonna ask me to check on people too? No. Alice isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Okay. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were dependent on the soul system. But even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. Why do I feel like they wanted this to be a moment where I go talk to 3 people, but then changed it a little, so instead Alfie and Alice go do it, and then Geode just gives you the summary of what you would have learned had you been the one sent to go do that. I kind of have that feeling. So they remember a time before they were dependent on the soul system. But, so they remember death. They remember the time before that, when there was people dying around them. And even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tyrrell. Ones with no elders to care for. But wouldn't you want to find out that your older relatives, like if they were okay? Wouldn't you leave immediately, no matter what your age was, to reunite with your family, right? Like, I wouldn't just be sitting in Solution 9, twiddling my thumbs as soon as I had an ability to leave the dome if I was from Tyrrell. I would be like, oh my god, is everyone okay? I need to leave right now and find out. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolol. My brother's doing all he can to see the Zaktaral Railroad restored to operation so that people may come and go more freely. So apparently they need the railroad restored. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. They have those buffalo things. Even so, the railroad would make things easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I left for this visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. While Shale's working on the data, we can go see the state of it. Okay. Bing, bing. Sometimes I feel like they base this game off your life, right? I feel like that too. It's pretty creepy, but I've also had that feeling for years already. But the number of times where I've had like really uncanny and weird synchronicities, or like things going on in my life happen to be really similar to crap I was dealing with in the game.
Do I go inside the building?
Yes. We go inside the building. Yeah. Vow of Resolve and Zepla Moon to boot. What can I do you for? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tyrol that can't make the journey on foot. Oh, I understand. So the older people can't make the journey. Not that they don't want to, but that it's far to walk and they need a railroad. Okay. I see. But how did they get around before the railroad? Well, they had... Okay, it doesn't matter. They need the railroad. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Can't they teleport? Don't they have cars? I mean, in Solution 9. Don't they have cars that can take out? Like... Scratch on his way. Oh my god. Hello. My character had the exact same reaction. Do I want to call him Little Bun Bun or what I want to say looking good? Oh my gosh. I'm not sure. Both are good options. Did our little Bun Bun finally outgrow his old clothes? I'm not going to say that. That's weird. I'm gonna say looking good. Hey. As the guild ship has officially approved my transition from gleaner to independent contractor, I was in need of more befitting attire. Do you have shoes on? Let me look at your feet. Yes, he's still got shoes on. You hear about the railroad too? It was in part for my sake. The original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed. The Dawn Blaze 420. So I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which... Damn. I assume Lama Chi has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station in a manner of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawn Blazer 420 to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem, how to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Moetsoen. That is, the Ronique. Though the Hetsaro that follow them are none too pleased about their Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive. Either. Okay. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronique will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ronique's preferred grazing areas? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Ronique's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I'm not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Moetsoen for their insight. Okay. Why does it seem like Wook suddenly has way more knowledge of this place than she did? Well, now she's like, this seems a really different version of her than the one from the base patch. Now she's like, but weren't the railroad tracks placed specifically to avoid the traditional grazing patterns of the Ronique? Who is this girl? This one... Like... Okay. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hetsaro have to say about it. They're the ones most affected, after all. Yeah, she learned. Maybe she has learned and is growing. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hetsaro encampment if you like. Okie doke. I bet Kona taught her a bunch of stuff. Because he's the one in charge, responsible for the railroads, so he knew the most about these things. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-da-ba. Vow of resolve, vow of reason. I bid you welcome to our camp, but what brings you all the way to Mowat-Soan? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zaktural Railroad. Okay. You too have noted the Ranique's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Shepeto, has been looking into this matter. Shepeto? Normally, we'd expect the Ranique to keep to their favored grounds nearby for a while yet, and despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in Piarionen and Yawatanane. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward toward your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hetsaro would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I'm of Hetsaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ranique as well, though I myself have no memory of this experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration, one of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. Wow, it's really good we're addressing this. This is something that I hoped we would address in the base patch, but finally we're getting it. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived, taking pity on me. He taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stall keeper until Yal's markets, and that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. This has already been established. That is like a reminder. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Oh, that's sweet. He's a good brother. Truly, I've never heard of the Ranique choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hetsaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps, that I might better make excuses for their actions, never much appealed to me. Yeah. Even if it might help you better understand the Ranique's current behavior. I'll go with that. I don't want to push him to learn about that stuff. That's clearly traumatic. And so is... As is so often the case, you're correct. Though my discomfort with the Hetsaro may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. To refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Ranique and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Okay. Will you learn of Hetzaro culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. But this is kind of weird because he did make an effort to learn about people's culture on our journey multiple times. Like, remember the when we were learning about the war between the cat people and the lizard people, and he was the one going out of his way to ask questions about that and learn about their history. And also at the top of the mountain before we fought Valley Garmonda, he was the one like asking them to tell him about what the significance of this place to them culturally. So I get what they're trying to do here with like, oh look, he's learning about culture and trying to, but it wasn't set up super well beforehand, even though I understand what they're trying to do. Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Runic, and we'll have a look around the plains, and perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. Okay. Aaronville looking so good in that new outfit. Wait, did he just walk off without me? Crap! The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. Hope you're not above manual labor. Ba-da-bing. Introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Okay. Speak with 4 villagers. Hey, you need help talking to that? I'm afraid I've finished with my tasks for the time being. But since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Runic are our Hetso, our guides, that we travel with during the turning of the seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into 2, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Hetzaro must also part with half of our number. You may think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years, it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This too is the wisdom of the Hetso. He's pretty cute. He's pretty cute. And I was definitely listening to what he was saying. This won't do. The wind will go right through it. And me, without my needle and sinew. There you go. These are precisely what I needed. Great. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Runic hide they're made of is durable enough. We generally needn't worry. That's great. Okay, next. You're learning about the Hetzaro way of life, are ya? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrived at them myself. Our Hetso provide us with something that we use in medicines, poultices, and soap to drive away pests and to sustain our fires. What is it? Is it poo-poo? It sounds like there's a story there, but that is the correct answer. It's poo-poo. You put poo-poo in your soap? We've discovered myriad uses for Onique chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. You bathe yourself with poo-poo. Gross. Girl, that's nasty. Soap and poo-poo don't go together. Maybe their poo-poo is like vultures. Did you know that vultures, their poop is sterile? This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. You want to try it? Okay. Chapetto sent a Ronique brush with you, did he? Okay. A brush. You dutifully brush the Ronique until your arms grow weary from the prolonged battle with its coat. It appears much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. It's just like brushing my dog, Nora. Well done. With less excess fur, our friend will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat and less susceptible to illness. Okay. Whee!
Pee-pee.
You smell of the grass and the wind. The cutting of the wind? Which is a good thing, I promise. You could nearly be mistaken for one of us. Or at least an adventurous Shatona. Hey, because I'm a bunny, right? I have to wonder how Valcona is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Oh, nice. There he is now. He did the Catboy ear wiggle. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronique and ended up rather far afield. I found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? The Ronique are treasured members of this community, as important as family. And a poo-poo. Indeed, the Ronique provide for the Hetsaro, and in turn, the Hetsaro are good to the Ronique, just as family should be. Are you thinking about how they treated the Ronique better? Mine is not the only way. Though at times, I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. I don't know about that, Chief. That feels like some mega mental gymnastics you got going on. My parents had a duty to the Ronique as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We're here in service of the people of Tyrol, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today, and I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hetso are concerned. He has always been curious. It was so weird. He's like, can you help me with being curious? He's the scholar. That's being curious. I'm glad to hear that, Valcona. You're welcome among our herd anytime. Great. Okay. Ah. Hello, lost cosmonaut. Hiya. I'm sure the reason's gonna come out as to why his parents left him like that. Kona, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetso. They nourish the Hetsaro as they grow and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Raniq are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hetsaro would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Raniq's once favored grazing grounds. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Raniq. Even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Ceratophractors, but they look to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of a behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Hetsaro would have surely put two and two together were the cause geological, I measured the area's ether to be certain. There was nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. A large animal, perhaps? Probably. And a powerful one, like as not. A predator, given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. Couldn't be a Turuhetso? Turuhetso? The heck is that? Raniq Reaver in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night is another evocative one. Raniq can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Turuhetso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. You can use magic then. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home, and its pack both. In any case, I believe the source of the Raniq's consternation is clear. As is our next move, we must drive this Reaver away, that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Makes sense. Good plan. And then the railroad is going to be all good. Never fear. We'll make certain that the beast threatens you no more. How did that one end up all the way over there, though? That's weird. Okay. We need to prepare. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Your progress through the upcoming battle will be saved. This is... But I don't remember how to play. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, the progress will be lost. I hope I can handle it. There's no Daggy to carry me now, I know. Ah.
Help! Help! Oduda Hetsu is coming this way!
We know.
It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
Okay.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
Aaronville's voice. So good.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
Ronek.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
In the text it says Rorik Reaver.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Is that wrong? Rorik? It's Ronik Reaver, yeah. It's a typo. Okie dokie.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Ronek.
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
Okay, I'm ready. Beep, beep, beep. It says my item level is synced to 730, so it give me a good gear that I don't have. Ah.
There they are!
Ba, 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 dum.
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
Okay. Stroking. Oh, they're shaky. They're scared. I help. Oh, Aaronville's so nice. Okay. We
That
gotta...
herd should be alright. Let's look for stragglers.
Stragglers. So far, I can handle this solo duty.
None shall be left behind.
I can handle this. I can pet the animals.
There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
Beep, beep. Beep. Beep, beep. Okay. Pterodactyls. I got them. You remember this solo duty being long, but not hard?
Clearly an understatement.
Okay. Sure. Did I see the drip? What drip? Probably not, if I have to ask. Probably not.
Right on the mark.
We saved them. Think, think. Whee!
You're mine!
It's a gator! Alpha alligator. It's pretty unusual behavior for a gator. Those guys are pretty lazy. They don't usually want to bother you unless you are bothering them. But maybe he is super scared. Oh, there's somebody!
All or nothing then.
Oh no! LB? Man, this is just like going outside in Florida. Oh no, the poor gators. This is like watching Planet Earth where you don't know who to root for, right? I want to protect the Ronique, but also the gators. Did it escape? Yeah, they escaped from my island because I haven't been there. Yeah, he's pissed.
It seems that did the trick.
Okay, cool.
For the fodder at least. But where's
Whomst? Oh shit. What?
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Yeah.
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
Cool. It looks so badass. Oh no, but the Ronnie is scared.
There! Not one there!
Save him! Oh, but Kona, that's a dangerous. Oh. Didn't you hear them when they said that it's got impenetrable scales? Are you crazy?
Not so fast!
Man, that was dumb as hell. Like, come on. Very brave, but...
Even should it cost me my life. I will save the head soul!
But if you die, then you won't save it. Good.
Are you alright?
Good thing Wicklamat is here, though. Because she can definitely take it out.
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety.
Look, he's got a good heart.
There. You've nothing to fear.
Erinville, I'm scared too. Hey, where are you going? Hey.
Right! Let's finish the job!
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
Someone needs to give him like a gunbreaker weapon. So he can... Okay. Ah!
You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
I have you!
Oh! The vow of reason is not without the resolve.
Not even a scratch.
Buy me some time to think, will you?
Cool.
It must have a weakness, and I will find it.
So in this patch, we're seeing how they each made the other one better. They had a positive influence on each other, right?
Keep it busy. I need time.
That's what we're seeing.
Right.
Beep, beep,
Go for the
beep.
legs.
Beep, beep, beep. Hit the legs, she said. Okay, that's pretty simple. Did he just summon laser cannons? Ow, he's a dinosaur. Really would like to have this mount though. It's explodies. Almost got it.
Now we just have to keep it pinned. You're thinking, Kona.
Oh, working together. Okay. Sick. But I'm barely hitting it.
Protective current of ether. But whence does it flow?
Is it a tether?
I've got
Meow
it.
56 says meow.
What am I supposed to be doing? Like, I don't... He's analyzing it.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest and...
What?
You're done for!
Holy shit. You just lock and load. It didn't do anything.
That's
Okay, no, it did.
Protective
It did.
ether.
It did. Man, that was so cool.
Nothing's stopping us now.
This is machinist propaganda that we're playing. That was so freaking cool.
Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
It has yet to recollect its ether. I know. I'm gonna say then crap. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. To the order in which stuff happened. So far, it's not too bad. Wait, who's healing us? Bam! Yeah, I'm painting back here. I'm chilling. Up.
We must disperse that ether ere the river recovers it.
Disperse the ether, so like pop it.
This is going to hurt.
Did I get that one? Yeah, I got it. I got it. Oh, there's more. Well, shit. What about my... Oh my god, you can't get any? I had to run around and do it myself. Oh, he's almost dead. He's almost dead. Well, that was super easy. Nice.
We did it. The Etso, are they?
He was so brave and cool in that
The
cutscene.
Ronek have all made it to Mehwa Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
Nice.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason.
He was willing to die to protect that buffalo.
We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
King shit.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty.
That's what he said. He said the same thing I said. He's on that king shit.
The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
What?
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Man, I could just listen to him talk all day. I don't even care what he's saying.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeni Hetta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeni Hetta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature.
Oh no.
Well distracted, I heard one cry. Save our son! Save the Hetso!
What?
After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast.
What about the baby?
Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronak and have long since moved on. But
What
still
about
more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
That's you.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu would.
Oh my god.
And one day,
Oh my god.
even a Dawn servant himself.
It's a baby Kona. A kitten. Kona. Your
All
parents
these years,
were brave.
I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek.
No, they didn't. Kona,
But now I
no.
see they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe.
Oh my god. That's sad.
I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone.
That's sweet. He is a good brother.
And now that I am Dawn's servant, all of Tuliyola is my family.
Family!
A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
That's really nice. Good. I like that. That was really sweet. Alright. To know that the Hetso are safe is more than enough, yet would it be wrong to hope that, in protecting them, we also avenged my parents? It's the least I owe to them. After all this time. Zepla, I thank you for standing by me, as Dawn's servant, and as the imperfect man beneath that mantle. Now, I disagree. Let us return our attentions to the matter we came here to address. We have removed the root cause of the Ronique strain from their favored grazing and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective, and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Alright. Hell yeah. Let's return to Shaloni Station and begin work on it then. Okay. The warmth of family. How lazy am I? This is slightly closer.
Yes, yes.
So we're gonna teleport. What? No way! Oh my goodness! Und Tier Pits, thank you so much! Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 50 gift subs in the chat. That is huge! Can we get some sub hype in the chat for Und Tier Pits, please? That is major. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much! I really appreciate it. I haven't been able to stream a lot this month, so I really appreciate the support because I feel like it's gonna be rough. 50? Yeah, that's a big one. Jay Perrin, thank you for the 17-month resub, by the way. Thank you so much. I really like this part. Of that was, I think that was the strongest part of this patch so far. Kona's getting to understand what happened with his parents and like his bravery in that moment, and him finding some relief in that from like being able to let go of that resentment that he'd been holding. I thought that was very nice. So that gives me some hope. That's pretty good. You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it? So, so the Ronique were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are. And Valkona's not too bad himself. But with his whistle idea. Sit tight. We'll have this train on the tracks before you know it. Sit tight? Okay. Yes. I will sit tight. See you later, Jason. Take
We're
care.
ready to go.
Enjoy the patch.
Whoa! She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
Oh. Wow.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly.
But if the train is too quiet, like they need to know it's running so they don't run into the train.
Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel. And we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought
The
us.
whistle is why they can make it super quiet.
However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Hell yeah, brother.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through her paces.
Honkai smile rail. What? Oh my god. Y'all are so funny. Personally thought this 0.1 patch MSQ is better than previous expansion 0.1 stories. I was mixed on 0.0, but this was good. This was better. Blow that whistle.
There's a Ronek up ahead.
Y'all check. Use the whistle. You're gonna stop.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
Perfect. Works amazing.
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
Yeah, they stopped to test it.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
I can see that.
Success! In a quiet way, like.
Great. Nodders.
Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
Everyone happy. Ronick happy. Cat people happy. Railroad happy. I expect that with the Reaver gone, the Ronick will gradually return to their old habits, and we won't see so many approaching the tracks. It's good to see that the whistle will be effective in the meantime, however. For a while there, we were real worried that we'd never get the railroad running again. But now that the test drive was such a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome. First Shaloni and then the continent. Watch out, Zaktaral. Here we come. Don't y'all have etherites? I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead to ensure smooth operations. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lemity? Family. It won't be as I once envisioned. But perhaps someday we can take that train journey to Yasulani together. Oh my god, yes, maybe we could. Oh my god, Aaronville. Oh my god. He said he wants to go on the train with me. Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale? What do you have her working on? Galulja's mother. Beep, 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 beep. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. Oh, I can't deal with this conversation right now. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Kafkiwa we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. Oh, he's got a little charm on him. I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me. And I will carry it always. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny Kefkiwa? What? No. It's merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it as good a souvenir as any. Whatever you say. For what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Yeah. Well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I thought I might join you for a time. See if there's aught I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course. Man, why my life gotta mirror the game like that? It's horrible. It's always this kind of shit going on. Hey, what? Who was that walking on the train tracks? I miss you. I miss you. It's already teleporting. Okay. I wanted to thank you, Nemixis, for subbing. Thank you very much for that. Okie doke. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus the railroad back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale has nearly finished processing the data. Okay. Hey, look who it is! I'm interrupting something, I gather. It's our girl. Stola, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate and the Skydeep Senate for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on electrope. Makes sense. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once we finish here. Stola's getting ready to prepare the way to the next expansion, I'm pretty sure. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny. Yeah, I totally haven't lost it and know where it is. They shouldn't be giving me these kinds of things to hold on to.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Teishalja herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
Be sure you set aside sufficient time to listen to them in their entirety. Is that... Is that an inside joke? Is that a meta joke with the players? Hey Todd, good to see you.
My name is Teishalja, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I was a Chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Turyolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions.
Okay. She liked what she saw.
Captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him.
She's really just staring and watching on. Checking him out. His muscles.
His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Today. It should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If you could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't.
You know that that's what that leads to. You know that's...
No. Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
Yep, your dad was an asshole. And...
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family.
So she was just really delulu.
Kaniloka shouting for me.
Okay.
The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
Wow, I feel like this was pretty irresponsible all around. Lots of decisions that were questionable. Okay. Man, he's lucky he survived. What the
them.
Okay.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
Yeah. That's so screwed up. Yeah, stalked him for years and then child trapped him. Ooh. That's horrible.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Maybe. Maybe. But that being her reason to have the baby is really, really bad.
Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
This is the most mature little kid. Maturity is a trauma response. I think that's completely true. He's been forced to grow up because he had to fend for himself and survive for a long time. It's better to know a profound response for one so young. That's horrible. Though I wish he didn't have to be. Galulja is indeed wise beyond his years. Yeah, that's the takeaway. Yet one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. Just fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Galulja. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I am ready to head to living memory when you are. Planning to be thorough, so we'll need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. Okay. Are we going with them, or is that next patch? I'm going with them. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back. Yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. What? When we spoke before, you said many from Tuliala were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, we need to speak with Wikilamut. Was most childlike around Otis. I think that's true, and maybe because Otis made him feel very safe and secure. You know? It is time to speak with Wikilamut. There may still be people gathering in Praxis Park. Let's try there first. Okay. Here we go.
The people look uneasy. Did something happen?
Maybe it's something with the train?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
Oh.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
I mean, there's a lot of lightning, yeah.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function.
Right. You just need souls.
I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but
they
how
can't
are we
get
to
more
know?
souls.
We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Okay.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
What?
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset and I don't know what to do!
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
Oh my god, what the f? Why is she here?
I don't
Did they make
understand.
another VTuber?
Sphene is gone. Forever.
Clearly not. They copied it.
You there, Gussin. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty? What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria.
So somebody's around with the regulators?
Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed?
This is something I don't understand too. Like, one thing I don't understand about this regulator bullshit is why would you want to remove the memories of the person that you've lost? Why would you ask for that willingly? Like, anyone who's dealt with this loss of a loved one, you know that those memories are the most precious thing that you carry. And this just seems incredibly stupid that you would willingly ask for that to get deleted. So it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, but in real life, like, if you've been through this experience, yeah, I personally don't get it. Maybe some people would be like, yes, I don't want to feel pain. But I don't think everybody would. I think a lot of people would want that pain and memories, right? Like, surely not every person would agree. Yeah. Lost your mom last year, don't get this mindset either. Yeah, the memories is like the most precious thing, really, that you got. It's weird. But these are very deep and intense subjects that I feel aren't explored super well in Dawntrail. That's my main issue that I've had with Dawntrail overall.
This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
These are deep psychological questions. We're not discussing those things. It's just kind of taken for granted that, oh, everybody just doesn't want to feel pain. I don't know, it's kind of
I could.
It's simplistic.
Truly I do. But with living memory shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort.
Yes, and there's still people who didn't, like, there's people who were to Raleigh that ended up trapped in the dome that remember grief, remember coping, remember pain, remember all of that. Okay. So it's not it's not like this is an entire society of only people that didn't get it. Okay. Remember though, in living memory, there was that couple that said, while the memories and pain are erased to the living, upon death regain sad memories, get to be reunited and live together is endless. Well, that's kind of besides the point. A lot of people don't want to use regulators. Yeah, they said it's not required too. It's not, you weren't forced to have them on. Here's another thing. Oh my God, I don't know if I want to get into this whole spiel, but I might as well. Let's say you're living with someone who died, who was close to you, and they're gone. And now you are looking in your house and you find all the things that they've left behind. And maybe you'll find letters and stuff. Like maybe you'll find a Valentine's Day card that they wrote. Maybe you'll find birthday cards that they had. You'll find all of their things that they were doing, like their hobby stuff, like the necklaces that they were making. You find all these things. Wouldn't that be even more horrifying to not know who that was or why these things remain? Like, to me, that's much scarier than keeping those memories and knowledge. It's just occasionally there's these holes that appear. Right? I wish that I could truly, with living memory shut down, I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort.
You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution. All of us shall be made endless. I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells.
What? Oh my God. Oh my God.
This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like. Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all.
Oh my God.
One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
I don't even want to sit here and try to figure out the mechanics of how this would work, because it's...
But only 5,000 of us?
It kind of goes against all the lore that we knew about how souls work and memory works up to this point. And I'm not going to expend the mental energy trying to sort all this shit out right now. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. What? Oh!
The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
Oh, it's an Ascian, isn't it? Oh, it's an Ascian, isn't it?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
That wouldn't make any sense either. But at this point, I don't expect anything to make sense.
Thank you, Optimus Prime.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
Would Ascians want souls to be trapped in Endless, though? I don't know. Probably not. But I have a feeling. Okay. Okay, Zep, I think it's meant to go against it, to signal to us just what it likely is. I don't think Sphene is the Ascian. I think her aide is, and Sphene is just a puppet. Likely the... Let me see the rest here, because we're not done. Pasturant running preservation. Yeah, maybe. We only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about neo-regulators was received with utmost clarity. It couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the Miso terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness. Presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, does no surprise that they would choose to believe she's alive. I mean, that wasn't the real Sphene either that we fought. Okay, like the real Sphene is gone for a long time already. What's troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. It is as if their memories have been erased. It was erased, yeah, since that time. Given that the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the regulators. But by whose design? Someone smart enough to play at being the Queen of Reason in that guise. Even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. That's why everyone not leaving on the train now. I get it. We need to find out who she really is. We had a whole dungeon about soul transfer into beasts, so it's got to be related to that. Maybe. I don't know, though. Possibly. While I agree wholeheartedly, we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Ah. Yeah, the VA budget is still in shambles. Meanwhile, in living memory.
Oh, where am I? My people, are they safe? Why am I?
In fear of death, the people turn to Queen Reborn. Their fates to learn. A Queen Reborn? Oh my god. Okay. Well. Lene Hime, thank you for the 11-month resub. Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm not a fan of the stuff about the regulators, really. I've kind of struggled with this for reasons that I've already gone into a little bit. It's just doesn't make a lot of sense to me for a lot of ways, in a lot of different ways. Basically, how souls work doesn't match with how souls have traditionally worked in canon doesn't match with the way that they're trying to do it in Dawntrail, and it makes it very difficult to follow and makes it very difficult for it to make sense based on what we know already. And so it just it seems wacky, and it's hard to theorize about because they're just gonna make up stuff without reasoning that fits with our existing knowledge of this stuff. So I don't know. I was gonna make a whole video about this and why it's an issue, but I probably will have to now that 7.1 is like this. Because basically, there's a lot of it's very unclear and it's very poorly explained how regulators actually function. And it's like there's so much room for interpretation with it that I don't even know if I want to get into all this bullshit right now. I really don't know if I want to, because it's a whole deal. It's way too dank. When people revive, I don't think they're the same person. It's just someone else's soul with the memories rewritten. Overwritten. Well, what they say is, here's what they say. Here's how the regulator works. Let me pull it up. This is exactly what they say in the story. Geode explains it, and he says, the regulator, as the name suggests, does the regulation of a wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. People are carrying around spare souls. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. So, distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls, Alice says, souls as a common resource and payment for services rendered. Graha says the void-sent practice of consuming others for their ether comes to mind. And similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. You ask, you can ask either, doesn't it dilute your sense of self, or wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? And Geode says that's prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Though I should say void-sent merge with one another upon consumption. That wasn't mentioned here, but anyway. This is so dank, y'all, if I get into this. Kryl says, memory management, and the reason everyone's forgotten Emika's existence Geode says, the regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, the memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Now, this, what I've just explained to you, doesn't match up with how souls work fundamentally up and before Dawntrail. Geode says the reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. It's supposed to be a kindness, so no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what's meant by the memories being in the cloud. Geode, indeed. All memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators and an integral step in soul cell production. A person dies of natural causes. Their soul is temporarily housed in the regulator. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. They clean it, and the result is a fresh soul cell that's like a white bubble, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. But okay. Whenever you're also, when Geode is explaining this stuff about regulators.
Knight Alexander says my theory, there's two Alexandrias. Data Alexandria and the real Alexandria. We're in Data Alexandria. Data Sphene is evil. Real Sphene is good. The Alexandrians are asleep in cryostasis. They're powering the simulation.
Wow,
we
that's so
haven't met
deep.
the real Sphene yet. The simulation has recreated all of Itheries due to Data Sphene transporting us to the datascape on the boat during the storm. She has achieved singularity and wants to S.
That is a super cool theory, Cat Knight, and I wish it was real. That's extremely dank. Okay. They explain in Origenics. Yes, they do. And I remember going through Origenics, so learning about that. They basically magically clean up any and all scars that a soul has, as if a soul is brand new and had never experienced anything before. That is what they're doing there. So, if they do this, it means that none of those souls can ever awaken the echo inside of them, because the echo comes from the ancient scars you had from before the Sundering that is also wiped clean. The only, anyone who has the echo only has it because of those scars that is on their soul, that were left on the soul of the individual. That is part of what makes you who you are. And now, so nature itself cannot heal those scars. That's the reason Ammon was so screwed up. His soul was scarred from being reincarnated so many times, suffering over millennia, and he was like exhausted from this cycle. But here, suddenly, now those scars can just be healed and put in the washing machine when nature can't do it. And the Ashians just never knew about this because, like, for them, this causes a lot of problems for their plans. If you recall, the Ashians found ways to try to identify souls in the live stream by the color of the soul and by try to figure out what's the fragment of this soul of a person that served on the convocation. Now they wouldn't be able to do that anymore with what Alexandrians are doing. Yes. Do you realize how dank this is? It is complicated. It's extremely complicated, yes. Apparently Emmett Selk knew about this technology, but never used it. He told us to go to the Golden City, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there's a lot of issues here. Some people say, and whenever I first tried to understand all this, I was confused thinking, okay, so when you die using a regulator, does it recharge your original soul, like energy going into a dead battery, but just using another person's soul as energy? Or is it that your original soul goes away into the live stream and you get a new one with your memories reprinted onto the fresh soul? And I spent a lot of time thinking about this and reading what they're telling us in the story and going back. The way it's explained is this: you die, your soul is destroyed, a reserve soul is inserted into your body from the regulator. The regulator copy pastes your memories onto the stolen soul, and you are revived. That is how it's explained. So the only way your soul would get destroyed is if it got processed in orogenics and then was fed to someone else to revive them. Yes. It's not explained that way at all. I'm looking at it right here. I will show you the screenshots from the cutscene. I'm literally reading from the cutscene right now, where it's explained. Here it is. This is it. I already read it all out loud to you. The regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. If they die, regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Alice, do people carry spare souls? Yes. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that's lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age. So how does this work? Shiny. Souls is a common resource. The Voidsent it's like Voidsent consuming others for their ether. So, does this dilute your sense of self? Would others' consciousness... Basically, you ask, would the consciousness of others corrupt your own? Because you remember those Voidsent from Endwalker. This is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Hold on. Memory management. The regulars are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they die, the memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Then, it said... All memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of people and archived in the system. I've already read it. When a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed in the regulator. That's step one. Then it's delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. Then the result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. That is how that works. So like I said before, you die, your soul... My problem with this, all that I've tried to explain to you here based on literally screenshots from the game, the only time it's explained, besides notes you find in Origenics, this isn't explained super well. As you can see, there is room for interpretation. You can conclude from this that if you die, it recharges your original soul, like energy going to a dead battery, or your original soul goes away in the live stream and you get a new one with memories reprinted. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that makes any sense. Or you die, your soul is destroyed, an extra soul goes into your body and you get copy-pasted memories, which I believe is what they're actually trying to describe here. Maybe people have seen this cutscene in other languages where it is better described and better explained. And if you have, I would love to hear from you before I work on a video about this. But I'm quite certain your soul's destroyed. And reserve soul, if you had an extra soul in your regulator, good for you. You can get your memories downloaded onto it and be revived. That is how it is described. Yeah. The problem is that based on what you can see here, there is a lot of confusion in the community about how this works. And we are all people, like we are all paying close attention to the story and trying to understand these things so we can theorize. And I've been playing this game for a long time. This is the first time that I have ever seen this much confusion and like people arguing about how this thing is supposed to work. And I think this is an issue. Like the fact that there's so much confusion because of ambiguity in the writing, that is the issue that I have. Because it makes it difficult to have conversations about these things. Like in the past, we would have conversations about the things we're supposed to. Like, oh, I wonder who is that voice calling from beyond the rift? That was the mystery we're supposed to focus on. But instead, it's just very difficult to discuss these things because of ambiguity in the text. And that sucks. Yeah. I personally, I like digging into these things. Obviously I do. That's why I have documents like this where I've spent a lot of time trying to understand it and understand the impacts. But these impacts do matter in the greater context of FF14's lore, when we've just had several expansions about the impact of scars on your soul, the color of your soul. These are things that have been pretty important to our story as Warrior of Light, to the Ascian story, and I'm just trying to understand how that's going to fit in. How does all that fit in with what information I'm being given now? And it's a struggle. So I didn't want to spend a ton of time on this because it is really dank and difficult to discuss. But yeah. The live stream method is completely different from what they're doing in Origenics. And now with 7.1, it's honestly gotten even more convoluted. So yes, Havern said I could see it turning people against each other trying to defend their theory. Yeah, it's just, it's getting us off track because obviously what we are meant to be wondering about is, who is that? Is that really Sphene? Is this some kind of weird copy of Sphene? Is it an Ascian? But I can't, it's hard to even get there from there because of the regulator and soul stuff is just very, it's very, very convoluted. It is not ethical at all, no. I love it, reminds me of FF7 Discord. I feel this actually a misunderstanding on the Alexandrian side. They assume they're using souls, but in fact use etherical energy, that it will come out more as we go on, that the plan was to use regulators and soul conversion to stockpile etherical energy to shift the balance. Memory stuff comes from integration of the regulators directly connecting the memories. Oh my god, this... backup... What? It goes living memory. I can't... I don't know. I don't know. It might be useful to review the cutscene from Endwalker and Charlian when you get that lesson in the classroom. I think that would be useful for everyone to review, because I did review it as well. It is explained how this happens. FF14 already has a very clear and confirmed reincarnation cycle. Traditionally, you die, your soul goes to the life stream. You can stay temporarily active there before your memories are wiped. Then your clean soul waits to be born into a new body at some point. That is the reincarnation cycle that we have. But Dawntrail is like, well, now souls are lost forever if you die with a regulator. And it's now possible to remove scars and stuff, completely clean a soul so that has nothing, it's just an empty vessel, which is really, really, it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem, in my opinion. So for me, I don't really, I haven't had a great time with the regulator part of Dawntrail's story because of how a lot of it doesn't mesh up well, I think, with previous lore. There's big implications for soul shards of Ascians for the Echo. But, so that part is kind of not it for me. Looking back on this patch as a whole and how I felt about the story today, there was definitely some promising signs, and there was parts of this patch that I did like a lot. I really enjoyed the part in Texas with Kona fighting, fighting that big Tyrol Vidral thing and finding out about his parents, and I thought that was a very beautiful moment, and I enjoyed that a lot. And so that was solid. Wooklamot wasn't super annoying in this patch. She was there a normal amount and had some helpful things to say here and there. So I didn't find myself like suffocated by Wooklamot this time. I felt like both Kona and Wooklamot had learned from each other in positive ways, and that was good to see. So there was some positive things. I wouldn't say it was bad. But the regulator stuff is just, honestly, it's a disaster to discuss. I struggle with it. I really struggle with it. And I find it to be a little frustrating. So that's my take on the story so far. I'm looking forward to the next patch, of course. Book was better written a bit. I think so, yeah, she was definitely less annoying. There was some better VA. So it was a little better. As for the Alliance raid, I would like to go and unlock that. Is it like really long to unlock it, or is it a simple unlock? Do you know where I can go to unlock it? I love the rabbit boss. I love the dungeon.
I feel like it doesn't mesh with lore because the concept is foreign even in its own setting. We are learning things from another reflection that contradicts what we know in the source.
Oh, hey! Only those without regulators have any recollection of mourning Queen Sphene. Okay, so a bunch of people do remember that she's dead. I'm sorry, but it's a mess, okay? I really feel like it's a mess. This whole part is just a mess. it's super unclear. There's a lot of issues that are distracting from the main points of the narrative.